Today was historic for all the wrong reasons for Tiger Woods. Already 2 over for the day, he then goes from bunker to bunker here at the par 3 8th hole, where he would end up making double bogey. And again here at the 9th after his second shot found water at the par 4. He would turn in 42 and finish the day shooting the worst round of his professional career. Tiger posts 85 at the Memorial. We'll have all the reactions. It was a day that saw plenty of low scoring set early on, with a trio of 65s from Kevin Streelman, Keegan Bradley and Dustin Johnson, later followed by a 66 from leader Justin Rose. But there was one very high number that stands out, some total 6 shots worse than any other. And with an uneven number playing the weekend, Tiger Woods will play his final round alone. At Muirfield Village. He'd parred the first 3 holes, then here at the 4th.
Yeah, he'd missed his tee shot in the left bunker and hit a beautiful bunker shot, but it was 5 feet above the hole, very fast down there, and he did well just to make bogey.
Yeah, that puts him 1 over for the day, then here at the 5th.
We saw the putter bail him out yesterday from long distance, and another shorty miss back-to-back, just sneaks off that right edge.
Tiger now 2 over for his round following that bogey. And on to the 8th, par 3, second shot from the bunker.
And earlier in the year, we had seen Tiger Woods blade some bunker shots, but it looked like that he had put that problem to stern. But it reared its ugly head today, and that bladed bunker shot at the 8th led to a double bogey, as we see him here trying to make the bogey putt, but eventually it would slide by.
Now 4 over for the day, Tiger Woods through 8 holes. He would go on to approach the 9th. Par 4.
Yeah, this was a second shot. Found the fairway in great position, looking down at this hole location, trying to work something in there from left to right. And I gotta believe that either that was a missed club or he took the wrong line, because he wasn't looking at that very anxiously.
That was from 147 yards. Now on the 11th tee, a par 5, Randall.
Well, hardest fairway to hit for the field, and certainly hard enough to hit for Tiger Woods. He had found the water yesterday and well clear of that, but this set him on a path of destruction on what is a scoreable opportunity for everybody if you can just find the fairway. Tiger Woods out of the right rough, and he went from bad to worse, from the rough to the water, and eventually lost a stroke on the 11th hole.
Yeah, now 7 over for his round. The number is climbing, and here at the 12th, Nota.
Golf course got a little bit more difficult there, as evidenced by how hard that ball hits and pitches forward. Put a lot of pressure on that short game today, did Tiger Woods.
Yeah, 12 feet past the hole there. He'd go on in 2-putt for bogey. Now at the 14th, another par 4.
Yeah, and you might just call this an unforced error. From the middle of the fairway, Tiger Woods with a short iron in his hand. And as they typically do when you pull a short iron, they go long, and that was in a very bad spot. Almost impossible to get it up and down.
Yeah, this is the absolute worst position to be for that whole location. He had to try and just land that in that primary rough and hope that it would trickle out, and he did not do that.
9 over for the day. He would birdie 15, but then here at 17.
And found the fairway. You know, the first couple of days, he could hardly find a fairway. He found half of them today, but then inexplicably, a very poor iron shot that would rattle around in those trees and ultimately find the creek. Of course, he'd have to take a drop, and that would lead to a problematic 17th. Now at the 18th, Nota.
Well, the Zambonis is starting to fire up because the Snow Patrol is on high alert. And with that tee shot,
tell our audience what a Snow Patrol means.
Well, the Snow Patrol is whenever you have a snowman, which is an 80.
Hey, there you go.
Every golfer wants to avoid the snowman. And when you start getting near that critical 80 number where Tiger Woods is at right now, the Snow Patrol starts to come out.
And you dig hard, you fight hard. In his entire career, Tiger Woods had only shot a score of 80 or higher, or in the 80s, I should say, twice. Jack Nicklaus, by the time he was 40, had done it 3 times. Tiger Woods, well, he was well on his way to doing it his 3rd time when this chip shot came up short of the green. And that, again, is reminiscent of some of the earlier shots this year around the greens.
That was his 81st shot, so the snowman was well and truly there, Nota.
Yeah, we were past that threshold. And we saw him hit a nice little pitch yesterday, and just doesn't even come close to pulling that shot off. Continues the disappointment, just trying to get the ball in the hole at this point.
Yeah, couldn't get up and down. Now putting for an 8. Tiger Woods quadruple bogey at the final hole. He goes out in 42, comes back in 43, shoots a final round 85 to sit at 12 over par, 6 shots worse than anyone else in the entire tournament. We witnessed him grind out a 73 on Thursday, followed by a Friday 70, but these are his worst. It was his first win on the PGA Tour. A breakthrough moment for Justin Rose came here in 2010. Could he repeat at the same venue tomorrow? We'll hear from Justin Rose with the 54-hole lead next.
Golf Central, brought to you by Titleist, the #1 ball at the Memorial Tournament. Titleist, the #1 ball in golf. Shipsticks, the largest golf bag shipping company in the world, simplifying the way you travel.
It was moving day at Jack's Place for the 40th playing of the Memorial Tournament, a day when some rose and some fell, but an English Rose leads heading into Sunday. Justin Rose is going for PGA Tour win number 8 and 2nd of this season. Let's take a look at his highlights. Start of the day, 3 shots back here at the 2nd hole.
Trying to get things moving in the right direction early, in position from the fairway. Beautiful shot, little left to right.
And after a birdie at the 5th, here he is at the 6th. Lots of different ways to play the 6th hole. Most of the players choose to lay up, but when you hit the ball as well as Justin Rose, well, you can take out driver, which is exactly what he did. He hit it 320 yards off the tee, shortened the hole considerably, 130-yard second shot to the back hole location, beautifully played.
Go on to make birdie. Now here at the 11th, Nota.
Doing exactly what he needs to do, plays to the safe side of this hole. Little bit of an apron there for shots that bail out just a tad, but leads to a very easy birdie.
Now 13 under, and at the 14th, putting for another birdie.
And look at the flow of this putting stroke. It is just gorgeous. In the past, he's looked a little bit wooden, and we're going to talk about that in a minute, but just a gorgeous flow of the stroke right there, and that gets him to 5 under par on the day.
Yep, tied for the lead after that 26 feet birdie putt, and here at the 15th.
And we're often guilty of talking about Justin's tee to green game because it's so impressive, but he does great work around the greens, as evidenced from that thick spinach surrounding the green, slides that club under it, matches up the run out perfectly.
Super Touch goes on to take a 2-shot lead now on the 16th hole.
Well, that's true enough, Nota. He is year after year after year one of the best scramblers on the PGA Tour. We talk so much about how good he is tee to green that gets overlooked.
Tap in for par there, and now on 18 at 15 under.
And that's what makes these guys so good. They're able to make adjustments. His feet well below the ball, chokes up about 3 or 4 inches on that golf club, and is able to execute with absolute precision. Beautiful shot.
Shot of the day, undoubtedly, and putting again for birdie.
Yes, and there had already been 3 65s posted today. That would miss on the low side, and he would have to settle for a 66. But scores of 68, 67, 66 have him headed in the right direction and atop the leaderboard.
Yep, finished the day on 15 under, but being chased by a pair of Europeans in the form of Francesco Molinari, searching for his first top 10 on the PGA Tour since the Humana in January, and the 36-hole leader David Lingmerth now also sits 3 shots back of the man trying to repeat at Muirfield Village. Todd Lewis spoke with Justin Rose after his round.
Thank you. When Justin won here 5 years ago, he started play Saturday 3 back of the lead, just like you did today. Now you're on top of the leaderboard heading into tomorrow. You look like you had a balanced game all the way through your bag. How would you rate that performance?
Yeah, very happy with that day's golf. Obviously, got off to a good start. You know, early birdie at the 2nd, and then took care of the par 5s, which was nice. And then before I knew it, I was, on a bit of a charge and feeling good. The only blip came at number 9. But bounced back nicely, played 10 and 11 really well, and then got through 12 unscathed today, and just felt like I did all the right things. And then I think 14 was a nice momentum getter for me. Hit a kind of a nice safe wedge shot under the hole there, got rewarded by making the putt, and then took care of 15, the par 5, which I think is what you need to do around this course, and wrapped it up with a solid finish.
We hear the term a lot, horses for courses. Obviously this one is one of your favorite courses. Why is it?
I love it because you can be fairly aggressive off the tee. You feel like you can hit driver for the most part, and then it's about second shot, controlling your iron shots, getting the ball in the right spot to be aggressive with a putter. If you miss in the wrong spot, you simply can't get the ball up and down on some occasions. So it's about good, precise iron play, and I think that's definitely one of the strengths of my game.
Finally, when you won here 5 years ago, you chased the lead on Sunday. Will you play tomorrow the same way you did 5 years ago, or is it a different game as the leader for you?
I think, you know, it's a much how I play today, and hopefully I can just find my run and find flags that suit my eye and stuff like that. But you can't go looking for birdies out here too hard. You've got to play good, smart golf, try and eliminate the big mistake and try and make some putts. So obviously I don't want to get conservative or negative tomorrow. I'm playing really well. I want to go out there and, you know, again, shoot a good score.
Well played, Justin. We'll see you tomorrow.
Thanks, bud. Appreciate it.
So as we take a look at Justin Rose's position now compared to when he won the event in 2010, he's hit champion Hideki Matsuyama at the Memorial, who was making a good start in chasing Justin Rose.
Well, through the first 2 rounds, he was leading this field in scrambling. Nothing new for him. And he's been in the top 10 most of the year in that department. Beautiful chip here at the 15th, just left of the green, which he would convert for a tap-in birdie.
Yeah, he shot 71, finished 10 under, tied 5th. Here's Kevin Streelman on the 17th.
A lot of times this guy's name pops up when it comes down to these low rounds out of nowhere. Just skids in there, swinging it in from the right side.
Yeah, very close. We'll tap in for par. Some of this footage courtesy of PGAtour.com. Now Jim Furyk at the 10th.
And at one point early in the round, Gary McCord on the call said there's just no way Jim Furyk won't be there at the end of the day on Sunday. True indeed, a winner here in 2002 and having a bit of a rebirth late in his career.
Well, he shot 70, finished 11 under. This guy had the 36-hole lead.
Well, a bit of an up and down day. Finished at even par, but needed this to get him back into the ball game.
Yeah, 30-foot eagle putt for him. Now Francesco Molinari at the 3rd.
And similar in some aspects, at least in terms of types of games, of Justin Rose. Just a great ball striker, but not the best putters, not as prolifically successful in wins as Justin Rose, but he's knocking on the door.
Well, Francesco Molinari will be in the final group tomorrow with Justin Rose. The leaderboard contains 4 Americans, 2 Englishmen, an Italian, a Swede, a South African, and a defending champion from Japan. Here are some of their thoughts on chasing victory at the Memorial.
You need to just let it happen. I think I just need to go out. You know, there's a lot of guys bunched up in a few shots, apart from Justin, obviously. So I just need to. I cannot just focus on the win. I need to play well, do my best, and get the most out of it tomorrow.
To begin with, I did great, and then I started missing a couple of shots and just kind of lost focus. I got down on myself a little bit and got a little frustrated. Fortunately, though, I was able to turn around a little bit here in the end, and with a good round tomorrow, I guess I can make something happen.
You never know. If we get a little breeze and, you know, sun on it early, this place firms up, then all of a sudden, you know, 3-4 under is a really good score. But, you know, Justin definitely is in control at 15 under par. He's got a lot of experience, obviously one of the best players in the world. So, you know, he'll kind of control what it's going to take, and the rest of us are just out there chasing.
It's kind of funny. I was actually watching one of my commercials that I filmed. It was right after Doral, and, you know, that was probably some of the best I've swung the club. And I just noticed something in my setup that... And so, as soon as this was yesterday afternoon, so I went out to the range and just adjusted my setup a little bit and started hitting the ball well again. So,
I saw Dustin he was playing right in front of me. I saw him going low. I was even par at the time, and I saw him making eagles and birdies, and I kind of like told myself I can't let DJ outplay me this bad. So, that kind of helped me actually, seeing DJ make putts and make eagles in front of me, and. You know, I made some, like I said, some really good saves on the first couple holes, and that really helped me throughout the round.
Well, Keegan, inspired by Dustin Johnson today. Well, there have been 9 54-hole leaders since 2007. Only 2 of them, though, have shot a final round under par and gone on to win. Steve Stricker in 2011 and Matt Kuchar in 2013. Justin Rose himself was 4 shots back through 54 holes before his victory next. Jack Nicklaus won his first green jacket in 1963 in only his 2nd year as a professional. Aged 23, he was the then youngest winner of the Masters. Being presented with the famous jacket by Arnold Palmer, of course. Well, roll forward to 2015. This year, Jordan Spieth wins his first green jacket. And he was trying to be in search of success here as well at the 3rd.
And normally, one of the best putters on the PGA Tour. He's only made 3 putts this whole week over 10 feet. That at the 3rd hole for birdie from 16 feet, just misses.
Yeah, lipped out. Now here at the 6th, Nota.
We're seeing a lot of this from these guys that have good control over their irons, are able to work to these corners of these greens. Look at the ball spins a little bit to the left, just underneath the hole. These are nice right to left putt.
So that was 147 yards to 8 feet, putting for birdie.
Yeah, he does manage to convert this one, and you're right, Nota. You couldn't ask for much better look at a birdie putt there, but throughout the week, he's missed 8 putts inside of 10 feet. It's a big part of the reason why he's not atop this leaderboard.
Well, he fell apart on the 18th hole, par 4 here, putting for bogey, Nota.
And not to feel bad, this is happening to a lot of players this week. These are some of the most challenging greens players will face all year.
Well, back-to-back birdies on the front 9 saw the world number 2 turn in 34, but a double bogey at the last leaves him at even for the day, 6 under for the tournament, and this is what he had to say after the round.
Golf gods are not on my side today. Yeah, exactly. I missed my last 8 greens on approach shots, and there's not a whole lot you can do doing that out here. So I feel like I'm striking the ball fine. Just got a lot of really tough breaks, balls that were on good lines, and I'd walk up, and we had 3 or 4 of them that were just 2 feet into the first cut, and it's tough to judge the distance. This thick rough grabs the club. If it's in the fairway, you can spin it. It was kind of breaks like that where I didn't think I hit bad shots, hit them to the right spots for the most part today, which was an improvement on yesterday. Just got really tough breaks, and it happens. And 18 was just kind of 18 and 1 encompassed the entire round. Just drove it a little off. It wasn't in a bad spot, but hit a 7-iron up in the air, and my miss was going to be in that right bunker because you can get it up and down out of there. And it's plugged, not even in an upslope, it's plugged on a side slope, downslope, deep to where it took a really, really good shot just to get it out of the sand. And then, I hit my first putt, misjudged it, and then missed a putt inside 10 feet. So that was pretty much my whole round in one hole.
Well, the Jordan Spieth this week hasn't been the Spieth of earlier this season. Typically ranked first in passing average and approach putting, he's been outside the top 25 in both this week and down to 45th in strokes gained putting. A week to forget for him. Now, other notables who don't seem to necessarily have their best this week. Well, Keegan Bradley certainly does. He shot 65 today, but a few other big names on that leaderboard.
Yeah, Phil Mickelson, after hitting his irons so well in round number 2, only hit 7 greens today. He started out with a bogey at the first, hit an iron long at the second, and made a double bogey there. So an atypical round from Phil Mickelson, who had finished 4th and 2nd in 2 of his last 3 events.
And of course, we'll review the contrasting performances of Justin Rose and Tiger Woods when we come back. Yeah, we'll recap the highs and lows from today at the Memorial.
Golf Central, brought to you by Titleist, the #1 ball at the Memorial Tournament. Titleist, the #1 ball in golf. Skechers Go Golf, the official shoe of Matt Kuchar.
Well, it was a day to forget for Tiger Woods, and it all came to a head here on the 18th hole. This, his 4th shot already on the par 4th, and it wasn't looking good, Randall.
Certainly wasn't after hooking it into the water, taking a drop. His shot nestled down in a really bare spot just short of the screen, probably into the grain, and compounding one error with another and another. And ultimately, it led to a quadruple bogey and a round of 85.
It sure did. A quadruple on that 18th. The par 4th turned in 42, completed the back 9 in 43. Worst round of his professional career. So as we take a look at notable names who've shot rounds of 80 or higher before their 40th birthday, bearing in mind Tiger Woods is currently 39. Even Jack Nicklaus shot 3 as well, so they're on the same number. The 18-time major champion Arnold Palmer had 7, Phil Mickelson also had 7, and Tom Watson with 9. Well, it was a slightly better day for an Englishman. Justin Rose rose to the top of the leaderboard, and this was undoubtedly the shot of the day. From the left rough, the ball above his feet, he's standing in the hazard, but he pulls it off, Nota.
He sure does. Trying to measure the distance, choked up well on the club, about 3 or 4 inches. Perfect carry. He even kind of knows he got away with one there.
Yeah, almost even dropped in for an eagle. Well, he turned in 33, and 33 also on the back 9. A great round for Justin Rose. He's won here before in 2010, and he spoke with the media after his round.
Now I'm in a situation where I want to win every year. You know, I've got that nice run going, 5, 6 years in a row, whatever it is. I forget, I think it's 6. But so now there's pressure to win every year, so you certainly don't get complacent. I've tried to focus as hard as I could on the majors this year. I didn't have a very good Florida swing. I didn't have a very good start to the season, but I kind of really told myself this year for me was going to be about April to September. And that was what I was really trying to pin my hopes on, especially when I was playing poorly at the start of the season. So it's kind of nice. It's encouraging for me to have turned it around at Augusta. That was a big week for me. Not obviously I finished second, which can be disappointing, but I took a lot out of that. The way I played, the way I felt about how I handled the situation, and having not been in contention all year, I felt very comfortable. And then to back that up with a win the next week, kind of told me that I could go ahead and believe in it's going to be a good summer. So you know, you've got to take each tournament as they come. Certainly don't use this tournament as preparation for the US Open, but at the same time, you know, you've got to try and stay fresh for certain periods of the year. And turning up here this week, I felt excited about the Memorial and the US Open as like obviously with a week off in the middle as a 3-week chunk. I felt very excited about these weeks.
Wasn't it last year that you were injured at the beginning of the year? Is that something you learned by not being able to play at the beginning of the year, that you can kind of focus more on the summer?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I had a slow start with the right shoulder early last year too, and I think it also teaches you've got to get it while you can. You know, when you are playing well, you've got to make the most of those weeks, and a lot of seasons are built around 5 or 6 weeks. The rest of it can be pretty average, but when you do play well, that's what's happened to me this year. When I have played well, I've converted it into good finishes, so you know, hopefully I can do that again tomorrow.
Well, Justin Rose has shot all 3 rounds in the 60s so far this week, and as we take a look at his performance when he's previously shot under par in each of his 3 rounds on the PGA Tour this season, the Masters, he ended up finishing